This is Action Launcher 3, one of the most popular launchers on the Google Play Store, and it was my favorite for a lot of years. I used to jump around launchers as often as I'd change my socks, until I met Action Launcher. I was happily married with Action Launcher for a very long time, until I met this. Bento homescreen. I am Philippe Monnier with Masala Tech, and this is our Bento homescreen beta video review. You probably haven't heard of Bento, and that's alright. Bento is a new launcher which aims to take on Google Now itself and other contextual aware launchers such as Aviate. When opening Bento for the first time, you will be prompted to select the smart spaces which will be displayed in the home screen. Smart spaces are a combination of pages and folders, as you can see. In the dock we have our folders, and tapping them shows the apps they hold as if it were another page. We can also swipe between them. As you can see, it resembles the Google Now launcher a bit. The icons are quite nice and big, as I like them. And the launcher is very simple. However, Bento isn't just this. Bento is a lot more. And that lot more happens when you swipe to the left. When swiping to the left, you are revealed with what I think is one of the greatest features in a launcher. And trust me, I have used a lot of launchers, and this is one of the best. So firstly, you can see that we have our notifications displayed right here. So you can see that I have 3 messages from 3 chats in WhatsApp, because I am very popular. Tapping on the notification will expand it. Tapping again will, whoops, it should collapse it, however I opened it. You can see that the launcher knows that I am at home, so it shows the evening at home apps. These are apps that the launcher learned that I use at home, such as Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Chrome, and WhatsApp. To be honest, this wasn't so accurate at first. It showed some apps that I never used, such as Motorola Assist. However, in a couple of days, the accuracy was recovered, and it shows all the apps that I use. If we scroll a bit further, we can see that we have the local news. Tapping on it will open it in our browser, which is in-app, by the way, and it is very smooth, as you can see. You can swipe between news, which is a very sweet feature in my opinion. And if we swipe further down, you can see the Reddit card. I confess I use Reddit, and I have an account. So tapping here, since I have already logged in, will show the subreddits I'm subscribed to, and this is quite annoying actually, probably a bug. So Bento, if you're watching this, you should probably fix this, it doesn't let me scroll. But you can see that I can choose the subreddit which is displayed, and how it is sorted by hot, by new, by rising, controversial, etc. Tapping on a post will open it on the in-app browser, and you can swipe between posts as well. If we scroll further down, we have the calendar card, and today I have no events since I have no live, but you can see that it displays a very nice quote. Let's see if we can get you to see it. It says, "The first thing was, I learned to forgive myself. Then I told myself, go ahead and do whatever you want. It's okay by me." By Jack Handy. And yesterday, I had no events, but we can learn that Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Life is what you make it, always has been, always will be." Tapping on the plus icon will let you create a new calendar event, either using your third-party calendar app or Google's own. And if we scroll even lower, you can see the concert card. The launcher knows that I live in Mexico City, and it also knows that I am a very big fan of Pearl Jam, so it decided to let me know that Pearl Jam will be coming to the Foro Sol on November 28th. And we can see that there are 3 concerts too, so if we tap it, it will expand. Muse is coming as well. I'm very excited for that. I'm a bass player, so I should be. And Rise Against is coming as well. It's a great time to live in Mexico City. Except when talking about the weather. As you can see, it was just raining. And the temperature is alright. I am going to come back to this card in just a little bit. We can see the trending music on SoundCloud. Tapping on it will let us choose other genres. I'm a metalhead, so let's tap metal. Oh nice, Amity Affliction. So, tapping on a song would hopefully play it, however this feature isn't working right now. If we tap it, Jesus, it's working. You can see that the song is playing. However, this isn't very reliable. When filming this review earlier, I tapped it and it crashed, unfortunately. So let's swipe even lower. We have a Yelp card, which can be expanded. So, for example, it's 7:13 p.m. right now, and normal people would have dinner. We can see some nice dinner places around, such as Ivoire, Merci beaucoup. That's a nice name actually, Merci beaucoup. Porter's Steakhouse, and I don't know what. Los Canarios Marquis, Delirio. However, I am very hardcore and I like to have coffee at 7 p.m. So, we can see that there is a nice coffee shop with a nice name called Beautiful at 0.4 kilometers away from me. I didn't know it existed. I'll have to try it out and let you guys know how it is. There is also a Starbucks and, what's a surprise, another Starbucks. A Coffee Tree Café Gourmet and La Vaca Sagrada, or the Sacred Cow in English. And now let's see this card and the poor little card we skipped a while ago. Let's jump into our music. So Google Play Music, where are you? Here you are. And now let's play Dead and Buried by A Day to Remember. Let's go home. The song is playing in the background. And you can see here that the lyrics are displayed. This is a very nice feature. Tapping on it will show us the lyrics for this song. Let me find the way that you can see the lyrics and I can sing. Closing it will close it in a very smooth manner. Here we have the YouTube card, which shows us songs that it thinks I'd like, such as A Day to Remember mix, Slipknot mix, Linkin Park mix, Black Tide, popular videos, new music, etc. And where is the YouTube card? Strange. Well, sometimes there is another YouTube card which pops up when listening to music, which will prompt you to tap on it and play this artist's, in this case A Day to Remember's, instant mix on YouTube. It is a very nice feature. So now that we have seen the overview of this launcher, let's jump into the settings. Holding in the home screen will open up this dialog box, if you can call it that way, which is also kind of material designy. And you have the options to add an app, add a widget, edit space name, add a new space, set wallpaper, Bento settings, and send feedback. So let's jump into the settings. As you can see, this launcher is contextually aware. So you can choose the apps that are allowed to display notifications on the home screen, the save locations, home and work, the cards which are displayed, lyrics, weather, Yelp, concerts, Reddit, agenda, SoundCloud, contextual apps, YouTube, Uber News, and Cricket News. I'm not a cricket fan, so I have this disabled, and I do not use Uber, so I have it disabled. The Uber card is just like the Yelp card, just that instead of showing you food, it would show you, well, it would give you the option to hail a Uber. If you tapped here, you would have the option to hail a Uber to work, or to home, or to another location. And here, instead of having to choose between dinner, coffee, lunch, and breakfast, you would be able to choose between the types of Uber you'd like, for example, Uber Black, Uber X, etc. So let's go back into the settings. Units, you have the option to display Celsius for temperature and kilometers for distance. Of course, I chose both, it's the proper way. At miscellaneous, we have the option to see recent apps in dock. So if we enabled it, I'm doing this just for you guys because I don't use this feature. Let's go back to the home screen. And here we have the recently used apps in a nice, Jesus Christ, in a nice scrollable dock. However, I'm going to disable it since I do not use this feature. So let's go back into the settings and disable this. And you have the option to use the in-app browser, which, as we have seen, is very smooth. So now I have saved the best for last, the search. Here you can see we have the option to find apps and contacts. So tapping on it brings up the keyboard. So for example, let's search for Mama, which is mother in Spanish if you didn't know. So you can search Mamaru on Google. I have no idea when I searched that. I have no idea of what it means. If you tap on this little arrow, you have other suggested searches such as Mama June, Mama Jokes, Yo Mama So Fat Jokes, Mama Cas, Mama Juana. I thought it was called marijuana, but alright, Mama Juana. Or to search Mama on Google. Here we have our contact Mama for my mother. And this is very nice. You have the option, well, you are shown the text messages. For example, you can see that on May 29th, my mother wrote a México a las 8:40. Or that I wrote to my mother, ¿a qué hora llega nuestro vuelo? And you can see here that there are also some books. This is very nice. It's one of the most powerful searches I have ever tried. Now let's search for Bose. So, Bose. You have the option to navigate to the Bose tienda or Bose shop, which is on Boulevard Manuel Avila Camacho, Lomas, blah blah blah. I have no idea of where it is. You can search Bose on the internet, Bose SoundLink. And you can read about the history of India, the Sound Touch controller, or AirPlay DLNA Sonos Chrome Roku. Tapping on this little 19 will show all of the books, I think they are. Let's see what happens if we tap, for example, on Indian music. It opens the Google Play Store and lets us install Indian music. This is very nice. Let's go back into Bento. So, Bento home screen. We firstly must remember that Bento is in beta still. It is in private beta, so it is in very early stages. So therefore we could not expect a lot from this home screen. However, what is delivered by this home screen is a lot. As you can see by my endless swiping, the home screen itself is very smooth. And the cards are also very nice. I would never have known that Pearl Jam, Muse, or Rise Against would come to Mexico City. I had no idea. And these cards honestly are very useful. For example, right now, I just found a new coffee shop which I will have to try. So what is the downside? The downside of all this beauty and joy which Bento brings to our lives? Well, firstly, the cards. Sometimes they are not as constant as they should be. For example, you saw how the SoundCloud card worked perfectly just a while ago. However, when we tap on it again, it will work again. It works again. However, this is the second take on which I am filming this review, and previously it crashed. So, you have to expect that it crashes. It's in beta still. And the customization, as you can see, the customization is very bare. That's why I compared it to the Google Now Launcher. It doesn't even support icon packs. But I guess it's in Bento Labs' priority to add new cards. For example, the concert card and the news card weren't here a few updates ago, and Bento managed to bring them to our home screen, and that is very nice. You can see that Bento is really doing a very good job bringing cards into their launcher. I do hope in the future to see more customization. It is very smooth. I obviously hope to see more cards. Bento dreams of a world with endless cards, and that would be heaven for me, honestly. However, I will end the video with one very annoying bug. Let's try to resize this widget. I can't. However, as you can see, the remove banner persists. I'll tap home. It's still there. I'll jump into Twitter. It's still there. And it's very annoying, to be honest. So now we'll have to jump into settings, apps, Bento, for stop, okay? And go back. So I do not recommend trying to move widgets on the Bento home screen. So that is all for today. I'm Philippe Monnier with Masala Tech. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. On Facebook, we have a new Facebook page for all of you to like. And follow us on Google+. I'm Philippe Monnier, and it's been a pleasure to be with you here tonight. Adios.